Here we go, y'all. Capital, my lucky number 8, chapter 8, constant capital and variant capital. So we start off by talking about the laborer and what they add to a commodity through their work, okay? Labor is the manifestation of the power residing in man. I think that's a very cool quote right there. So a laborer adds value to a commodity by expending upon it additional labor, okay? So we start off with a commodity like cotton, all right, that already has a value. And by spinning it into yarn, we are adding a new value to it, right? We're increasing the value because of that additional labor that's been put into that cotton. He also calls this preserving value and creating new value. Okay, it's math, right? We're adding it all together. Let's see. Number 3 over here, productive labor transforms a commodity into another commodity. It produces something. Marx spends a lot of this book rephrasing himself, right? So that's pretty much what I'm doing here, just rephrasing this. That's why this book is so big, right? He reiterates things, phrasing it different ways until maybe one of those ways clicks for us, which it's tedious, but it's helpful. During the life of tools, their use value is completely consumed, and their exchange value is transferred into the product, right? The commodity that you're creating using these tools. We create new value while preserving the old value, right? Useful work employs the means of production, transferring their value into a new product, right? So you think about the tools that you're using. We'll stick with the spinning cotton into yarn. You're using, if this is old-fashioned, right, like a spinning wheel. I think it's a Sleeping Beauty, right? Pricks her finger. Anyway, we're using our spinning wheel, but over time, with so much use, this tool degrades in value until it's nothing. So the value of that tool, the use value, is being transferred into this new product, the yarn that we are creating. This is why you can buy secondhand tools cheaper, right? Because they're partially used up already. So constant capital is the means of production plus raw materials plus the value of instruments. It does not undergo quantitative alteration of value. It is constant, right? Constant capital. Variable capital is represented by labor power, which in the process of production undergoes alteration of value. Its own value plus the surplus value, right? That is what your boss is taking from you. They continue being transformed from constant into a variable magnitude. We call this the labor time variable, okay? Because labor is measured in time, the time that it takes you to do a job. And then just some of our discussion points from my reading group. Under imperialism, which is the system under which we live now, these things aren't exactly the same, because capitalists can kind of charge whatever they want because they control the whole process, right? So it's a little different than this process that Marx was explaining here. Monopoly capital actually stunts innovation in this way, in the ways that we steal from and abuse workers and just the materials in general from colonized nations from the global south. And so it kind of is abstract from this system that Marx is explaining here, which is why, you know, Marxism is a science and it continues to change and grow. And that's why we need to read other works, people that expanded upon it. And when Lenin introduces the concept of imperialism, we're building on Marx's brilliance. So, chapter 8. Cheers, y'all.